Hi, I'm Brandon. I love ranking episodes.
I'm Brian. I like ranking episodes.
I'm Dan, and I also love ranking episodes, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, everybody. It is the end of quarter two.
Yeah, that's how we mark the end of June.
Yes.
We always have.
Yep.
We always have.
July 1, end
We've
of
never
Q2.
let it leak into July.
No, it makes perfect
Or
sense. And this is when we do
August.
these. It's very similar to preview episodes. Quarterly preview episodes. I
Well-
wish. Man,
It does. That doesn't make sense.
doesn't. They wouldn't get Hallmark doesn't
Monthly.
know what they're doing.
Dan, does
in a
it make
quarter.
you happy that I decided that we're not going to do a preview episode for July?
Since there's literally nothing new.
Well, I thought we
yeah.
could still do the. Mainly,
No.
it was really a time. Like it just.
Does that break a streak? Have you ever skipped?
It skipped.
Huh.
It is decided. July started. Too late. Nothing we can do.
It's skipped.
Let's rate some movies.
Happy July, everybody.
Happy July.
It's
Actually not as bad temperature-wise as it was last week.
It's
in
very
June.
confusing. You got any July 4th plans?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, kids are off of school. It's
Sure.
a Friday.
Yes, I
Probably
know.
throw some stuff on the grill.
Yeah.
I got a new thing. I'm going to try to smoke a brisket again.
Well, you
I've
are.
never. It's one thing I can't crack on my smoker. I'm going to try it again.
All right.
I'm giving it. I got another idea that I've been watching videos. I got another
Sure.
idea. I'm very excited
You
about.
want to share?
I'm not going to share it here.
Okay.
Do you want me to do a vlog for it?
I would
Ooh,
like
that's
for
a
you.
good idea.
I'd like for you to do a
Yeah.
vlog, and I want the vlog to end with you handing me a piece over the fence.
Over the fence.
Yeah. But that means you got to come help me do it. You got to record some. If you want a piece of the
I
fence at
am.
the end.
I am free. I'm free through early afternoon.
Pretty through early afternoon.
Free all day.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to make it tough.
I'm going to need to start it tomorrow, July 3rd,
Yeah.
and then we can. And then you can hand it to me over the fence in the morning on July 4th.
Yeah, I don't think you quite understand how the brisket works, but that's okay. It's
How
fine.
long will it take?
It's fine. It depends on how big the brisket is.
Okay,
But I'm gonna go real. I'm gonna go. We're gonna smoke it overnight without touching it.
We are going to
Overnight?
smoke it overnight, so you are going to start it tomorrow
We're gonna smoke it overnight without touching it. So that means I'm not gonna start it about 10:30 at night.
on July 3rd.
Brad, don't steal
Oh,
that
I didn't
brisket.
say I was doing it on July 3rd. At some point, I may do it this week.
Well, I asked you what you're doing on the 4th of July, and you
Yeah.
said I might smoke a brisket.
Yeah, you said you do have any fourth plans, and on the actual 4th, I don't think I'm smoking a brisket. Want to be clear?
How did we get that? All of us thought we were having brisket on the 4th, right?
We sure did.
We all thought we were having brisket on the 4th.
Now we're all gonna go hungry.
Hey, maybe I'll do it then. Okay,
I don't know
maybe
how
I'll
you
do it then.
hear that and
Okay.
then go,
God,
I'm going to ignore it.
you're right. You're right. I was wrong.
Now
on
we're
that.
hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Thank God for cake. This cake looks as good as it did yesterday.
It's,
And I gotta be
it
honest.
smells better actually than it did.
Whoever iced this cake did an amazing job.
It looks iced.
It
Yeah.
does look really
Professionally.
Now,
So
this
we
is
have
in
another
honor-
program called the Diss List.
Yes.
You
You
should
do?
go and follow us at the Diss List on the socials. You should go leave us a rating and review.
Please.
Double Deckers, you should do that right now. That would really help us out a ton. It's a
The
very fun
show's
show.
very fun.
Today there's an episode featuring the one and only Dave White.
And it's coming out a couple days before July 4th to give you some ideas. Maybe you want to make
right.
one of these desserts
right.
for the 4th.
That's right. And he gives
Impress
us
all your friends.
top 10 desserts. And this was a fave of Dave's, Dave fave.
Dave fave.
It is
Hashtag
his recipe that producer Aaron has made, and we're now
Yes.
going to try.
We are going to, I don't, why do I have the knife?
I'm so excited to watch.
You want to cut?
The
Cut into it, man.
I will give it a go.
slice.
Give me that-
Catty wampus slice you're about to do.
Okay,
You want me to
ready?
hold it for you?
How
You
big do
gotta
you want?
pick where you think the middle is, Brandon.
You pick the middle.
Pick the middle. Go for it. This is, oh, dear God. That's so far off, it's ridiculous.
That's not that far off.
It's where
you
the
know-
point of it is.
do you guys know- I
I'm
think-
gonna start just,
I think if I flip this over, we could have chips and salsa out of it.
what?
Is that too big?
That's a good slice right
That's
there.
a hefty boy.
That's a good slice
a
of
brand
cake right
slice.
there. Let's turn.
Okay.
Oh
Dear
no!
God
Hey,
almighty.
it's on the plate.
It's on the plate. It's on the plate.
That's a
What are we doing?
nice looking cake.
Really good icing.
Yeah. Just a small one for me. Real small
That's
piece
probably
for
too
me.
big for you right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Brian, you want to talk about the frosting?
This frosting, so the
That's
proportions
perfect. That's
of
perfect.
the
I'll take that one right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
The frosting recipe, Dave White shared this, yeah, and it's What happened here is
I did a little lick there. It tastes like a little bit darker and with some sea salts.
A little bit of
oh,
Lexus.
is there salt? There's definitely salt in there. The recipe, there was a little confusion in the
You
communication.
lost me. Let's eat the cake.
Let's try the
everybody.
cake. We had some issues. The
So wait,
big
is this
picture.
not Dave White's frosting?
It is.
It is.
You sent over the wrong instructions to Aaron.
Kinda,
right?
partially.
Let's eat, everybody.
Cheers.
Why didn't you just have Dave send it directly to Aaron? Why'd you play middleman?
I was gonna do this, and then I was
I'm
talking.
just now realizing that you didn't bake it.
I didn't do
know
it.
you've said it a few times.
I didn't
So
do
many
it.
times. Almost as many
even-
times you
even-
said July 2nd.
I understand, but it's all coming in. It's all coming into play here. You finally brought a baked good,
baked good.
and you didn't bake it.
That's correct.
You
The
hired
one
out.
reason we hired you
Basically,
was for your baked goods.
You hired out Aaron,
I found a way.
who already has a full-time job.
I found a way to bring baked goods without having to bake them. So I feel like
Put more on Aaron's
I'm
plate.
doing a very good job. Erin and I talked about it. I talked to her about this plan to make this cake because it's in the dish list. I said, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if we
So glad you did that.
obviously had this cake to try, to be like, hey, this is a big deal. We talked about it. I said, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I got this recipe, blah, blah, blah. Erin's like, I'll do it. And I was like, holy cow, I'm not asking you to do this. And she was like, I'll do this. This would be great. And I said, that's wonderful.
Do you have that on
No,
on
record, no.
That she
Verbal
said.
agreement. So I said, I'll share the
Aaron,
recipe.
can you combabulate this?
Can do what?
Combabulate this, please. Can you combabulate this story,
Can you
please, for
combabulate
us?
it?
Combabulate it.
So Brian and I were talking about it, and basically I did want to eat this cake, and then so much like a conversation I had with Dan last night about something I was gonna bake today.
Yeah.
Brian said he was gonna bake this cake, and then he goes, "Well, actually, I don't know if I could bake it." And I said, "Well, now I'm thinking about the cake. I have to bake stuff this week for Delish anyway. Like, just send me the recipe." So he sent me the recipe, and I was making it last night. And I'll tell my side of the story, which is,
I didn't finish my side.
well, I'm
For
gonna
the
cover
record.
It
your
was
side.
boring, and I wanted to try the
Yeah,
cake.
so I make the cake. The cake comes out great. It smells delicious. I'm in. I'm making the frosting, and the recipe says 4 cups of powdered sugar, 4 cups of milk, and then like a teaspoon of vanilla.
Are you
salt.
making like a giant cake?
And I reread this recipe like 6 times because I said, "There's no way," and I made it,
Yep.
and it's just a big bowl of frosting soup, which I talked to
Speaking
Brian
of
last
soup.
night, and I said, "Hey, are you sure these measurements are correct? Because it just looks like soup." And I said, maybe it's still warm because, I melted the chocolate, so the chocolate was warm. So I said, maybe it just needs to cool off. And if it doesn't, maybe Bran is just going to get a bowl of frosting soup. So,
Oh, shucks.
Could
Oh,
this day
no.
get any
Oh,
better?
no.
I know, right? And then I woke up this morning and I Googled the cookbook that the recipe came from. It was available as a download from the library. So I downloaded it, read the recipe.
Shout out.
It's a 4th cup of powdered sugar and 3/4 cup milk.
Math is tough, man. It's hard. Numbers are difficult.
And I immediately texted Brian and was like, "You dum-dum."
Yep.
If you put a line over the top of one number and put another number over the top of that line,
What happened?
it doesn't mean 3 to 4 cups. It means 3/4 of a
First,
cup.
what happened, first of all,
He outsourced.
yes, it's my fault.
He
Okay.
outsourced to
Okay.
AI.
Second, what happened is
He
I
didn't.
got pictures. I had pictures of this recipe that I transcribed.
Do not
text.
say that you used AI on a Dave White cake.
I used a photo to text transcription. It's not generative AI. I don't deal with that nonsense. This is something where it just takes the
not
picture.
generative. It's
no,
not generative.
It's not. It's transcribing. Very above board. And what happened was I would go through the recipe and make sure it's correct. I didn't have time yet to
Dude,
compare.
why are you so busy? You can't
I didn't have
possibly.
time.
I don't have time to bake the cake. I don't have time to make sure the recipe's right. I don't have time to
So,
write it myself. I
I'm-
have AI transcribe
I
it for me.
messed up sending it to
I'm
Aaron.
just here. I
I
don't have time to
messed
do
up.
anything.
I should have said to Aaron, I didn't check
I got to
it.
sprint from the car dealership back to my house.
So I caught the
That was
mistake
for
this
fun,
morning.
Dan, and that was in confidence.
I remade the icing. Here, there's your cake.
So where's the soup?
When do I get some,
You lost him 45
when do
minutes
I get
ago.
some mainline frosting soup? When does that happen?
All right, let's do this. We got to rank stuff. We
Yeah.
got a lot to get to
Yeah.
today, everybody. Let's get to where we are currently after Q1. Aaron, pull it up.
Philo.tv/CTA.
All right, we've got our.
Would love to
our-
make that a little bit bigger. If we could.
when she clicks on the
I
browser
got you.
itself, we'll
Perfect.
see it pretty good.
Oh, I love it.
We've got 5 tiers here: dumpster fire, bad, standard feels, big, fun, maybe 6, and real movie territory. And I will let Brian give us the rundown of what we have so far. Brian, take it away.
Starting in dumpster fire, my Argentine heart.
So excited for this.
Love of the Irish,
Love in the Irish.
in the Ireland-ish, Royal-ish.
Yeah, got
next
that
one.
right.
That's a cool title. Oh man, Jenna's third serving, helping soup.
First love?
Brianna's
Love.
first love is the I can't read these. Are you kidding me right
I
now?
just thought it would be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
go
was
ahead, Aaron.
fun.
Take over at the wish swap.
Okay, the wish swap.
Wish swap.
Reality Bites, a Hannah Swenson mystery. Standard Feels, The Perfect Setting. Royal We. Mystery Island, Winner Take All.
Oof.
Big Fun, Maybe 6. Return to Office.
This is Return to Office.
Polar Opposites. And in real movie territory, An Unexpected Valentine, The Reluctant Royal, and Sisterhood Inc.
Okay, so that's 14 movies. We
gotta
have
add
12
12.
to add to it, which
26,
means what?
26, 5 in every
4
category.
cups.
5 in every category, 6 in one category.
Half dozen of the other.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. Good day on
One
the golf
category
course.
gets 6, the rest of them will max out at 5.
Got it.
We got to
Okay.
have it even. That's the
Okay.
thing we've decided here because the points don't matter.
That's exactly right.
2 days a week.
Obviously,
Thank you.
because of the numbers, at some point, a movie that is
acknowledgement,
already
son.
on this list could move down a tier, but it can't flop
Flip
with a movie that is
something
currently
already on
Yeah,
there.
so for instance, Return to Office couldn't move ahead of Polar Opposites.
or behind Mystery Island.
That's exactly
That makes
right.
all the sense,
All the
in, the
sense in the
world.
world.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
we-
start with. Let's start with the hearts around the table. Sherry's second chance.
Before we rank, can I just, Dan, we really missed you here in the office.
I missed you guys. I missed you guys so much. I don't do well sitting around by myself with no one to talk to and nothing to do. Being prescribed to do nothing. It's not fun.
Proud of you.
I
Yeah,
love you
wow.
guys. I know. Shush, don't tell anybody.
Sherry's
Cake's only okay though. I want to be clear.
Thank you. Okay. Great.
Sherry's second
my rep up.
chance. Sherry's second chance. The hearts
Yes.
around the table. I got to be honest, guys.
That's one big movie down there for you.
I'm
It's one
gonna
big movie
struggle
burger.
here.
Yep. Can you read me the 3? Which one had? I think the
Oh no.
There's Josh's third
Serving.
serving and Kiki's fourth ingredients.
I don't remember.
Kiki's is real bad because that's the movie where she's supposed to cater a wedding and it's really not about her.
But she's so fun.
I hated the Kiki's one.
Ah.
I will say this. I don't think any of those 3 movies are as bad as My Argentine Heart. And I will stand on that.
I kind
I'll
of
stand
feel
on
like
business.
You'll die in a small town?
I kind of feel like they're
better.
all just connected.
Yeah,
Like
I
they-
agree.
Well, we got a lot of stinkers coming up, and the problem is if you put all 3 of them in
2, 3,
dumpster fire, there's an issue.
6.
You can't put all 3 of them in any one category. It'd be too many, unless you put them in Big Fun, maybe
Can't
6.
break
which
them
we're not gonna
up.
do that.
You can't break them up. They're just all in. I mean, what we could do is we could just slide all 4, the 3 that we have to put somewhere.
Well, there's one already
behind, right behind Jenna's.
Yeah, I think that's what
right,
we do.
and then just move those ones up that are ahead of it accordingly.
Just in order.
I got you.
Yeah, and then they're just kind of all in bad.
So now you want to do what?
That.
And then just slide up.
Yeah, move
So
up. Reality Bites
would
goes
be
up.
Standard feels.
It's a wife.
And
swap.
then
Wait a
here we
minute.
are.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying, just for now.
No. Why wouldn't we slide one of them down? Why wouldn't we slide 2 of them down and max out that category instead of sliding
'Cause we
movies
have-
up that clearly
Because
suck?
they're all. My thought process here, Dan, was that they're none of them are really worse,
Standalone.
that much worse than the others.
I think that at least 2 of those movies are better than Wish Swap. I don't like the Swenson movies are the bane of my existence, but Wish Swap's a bad movie, and there are better Hearts Around the Table movie than the Nubro movie. I think there's a better Hearts Around the Table movie than Wish Swap.
So
This whole Swenson going up thing, just because we can put them all in the same spot, I'm just disagreeing with all three of those are just one entity. That's my problem.
I'm saying all four of them are one entity.
And I don't. In fact, I believe it is Josh's third serving that I would like
helping.
to see above Wish Swap.
Sure.
Feels
Great,
And then still put Reality Bites and Standard Feels.
just the
but those movies should be dumpster fires, right? And then we just
They-
and then we stay there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Poor Kiki.
No, but my
but
problem
Kiki
here,
might
Dan,
come back up. It might go back up.
it might.
But if we're gonna do this thing where it's like it might go back up or down,
Okay, but if we're doing that, then we actually do have to rank them.
yeah,
Right now, I'm just kind of like, I don't really care. They
I
are
know.
what they are. But if we're going to
But
move one
yours-
down to dumpster fire, then it has to be the worst one.
Okay,
You're
I
saying
think
Kiki's the
is
worst
the worst one.
Was it?
I don't remember.
Oh man, I feel like
You guys and your bad memories. I don't like. You just don't want to rank movies because you don't
Jenna.
remember them.
I believe
the second one was not good because
I
of the,
liked, if memory serves, I think I had Sherry, Josh, Jenna, Kiki.
you had Sherry first.
Sherry,
I really
Sherry
like,
Josh.
I really
Sherry's
like
berries?
Sherry's
I had
berries.
Kiki last. That's all I remember. So we both had Kiki last. That's enough to
Oh,
move it
man,
down.
yeah, it is.
All right, we're good. Let's roll.
Oh man.
Let's go with
days
Journey to Love.
To you.
To you, you need to get glasses.
It's the cursive.
Journey to You is a movie that is real bad.
Yeah.
Right.
I liked it a little bit.
That movie was terrible.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
But they let her put her hair up.
They let her
But there's
put
a
her-
road,
right.
and she doesn't.
Yeah.
The guy is a terrible father.
That's right.
Take me home to the place. Hey, you guys hear about the Cobra Kai guy who
Yeah,
bit that?
bit.
Yep, sure did.
He was in a movie that we reviewed.
Martin Cove.
That's right.
That was wild. He just
It was wild.
He was just bit a
Must
bit
have
a
been
girl.
like high altitude.
I think this movie
Yeah.
is. Yeah, that's what it was. I think this movie, you could talk me into anything aside from it's not as bad as Irish and Argentine Heart. I don't really. And then all of these movies, all the way through Royal We, are all the same level of terrible. So I don't really care. I have them in my I have my personal preference.
I like it in standard feels.
Ooh,
God
really?
Almighty! Wait a minute.
All right.
What are you doing?
I like it at the end there. I liked it better. I personally liked it better than all those movies.
I think that Cahill's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily better than all those movies, but I don't have an argument anywhere in there because all those movies suck.
I'd rather watch Reality Bites, Hannah Swenson, than Journey to You.
Don't make me choose one of them. I would rather watch Journey to You than Hannah Swenson.
Oh, man.
Any
Okay.
Hannah Swenson movie
It is
ever
decided.
We did it.
made. I've never liked them.
All right, sit this one out, Bri. Signed, sealed, delivered. What is this? To the moon?
And
Yeah.
back.
To the moon.
And back.
And back.
To the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
This movie is better than the previous Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
yes.
And those characters and one brief speech from Eric Mabius, for me, have it above Mystery Island. That's where I would put it. But,
wow,
Bran, you weren't as high on it.
I wasn't.
Does Erin get a vote because she was the third chair?
Of course she does.
Okay. Where would you
I
have it,
cede
Erin?
my vote to Aaron.
I like it somewhere in standard feels because just from being a signed, sealed, delivered movie,
Yeah.
it's better than a bunch of the Hallmark
That's fine.
movies. But I don't. It's definitely not real movie territory, and I don't know if it was Big Fun Maybe 6. But somewhere in standard feels, I'm good with.
Yeah. And then, so did you discard the frosting soup?
Yeah.
Just really anything
Strong.
about the location of the product.
I did discard the
You
frosting.
can go
soup.
dive into
So
the
it's in the
trash.
trash
So
can?
it's still around.
It's in the disposal.
Oh,
Oof.
that's tough to
tough.
get back.
That's
Let's
real
take a
tough.
break.
Yeah, let's go.
take a
Let's go
break.
check
Take a
that
quick
out.
break.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got a few more to rank,
Get his
and we'll,
wrench.
and then we'll really dive in here in a second here on Deck the Hallmark. I don't
Deck the Hallmark.
I
Really nicely done, Bran. Thanks for including us.
disposal. Hey everybody, welcome back.
After sitting all night in the fridge, it was still just straight liquid. So no, I wasn't putting it in the trash. It was just like water.
This is not helping.
Weird for you to call me the trash, but okay. Let's get back to it, okay?
I can
Yeah.
remake it. I can remake the frosting soup.
That's okay. Don't.
I have a recipe.
I've got a recipe
I have a great
for
recipe.
you.
Brian, read all the movies. Tell us where we are.
Okay, it looks like my Arjun love fish.
All right, we're on Hats Off to Love.
Hats
off to
love. It's gonna be a real good time.
Oh, real good.
2 days
This
a week.
movie sucks.
Oh,
It might be
man.
the worst
Oh yeah, this
that we've seen.
Really?
I did watch it at midnight, waiting for an HVAC person to get here that
that
never
did
showed
affect
up.
you. That did not help.
So my personal viewing experience is last for this bad boy.
In my opinion,
Opinion.
I don't think it's
Seth McCall.
as boring as My Argentine Heart, Love of the Irish. Those two.
We did get that long horse race in this,
I
right?
would be
got a long
thrilled.
horse
I would
race.
be thrilled to have it right down there with Love of the Irish.
Are you fine with
Where are you
in
feeling it,
between
Bri?
Royalish and Love of the Irish, or are you higher on
I think
it?
I'm higher on that.
Then
than-
where do you
Let's put it, I guess, there because out of
The
respect for
secret ingredient
Kiki.
movies are really throwing
the Hearts Around the Table movies?
Yeah, what did I say?
Second ingredient.
Secret ingredient, didn't you?
You said
Whatever.
second ingredient, I'm pretty sure. Maybe you said a combo of those two. He'd do that.
Whatever, whatever.
He made up a word.
The
secret
Hearts Around the
ingredient.
Table movies are really throwing me for a loop here
Yeah.
because I don't really know how to handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You liked it more than Royalish?
Boy, Royalish is just a real
Yeah.
bad movie.
In my opinion,
Right.
yeah, I guess below Kiki's ahead of Royalish is okay. I just liked Kiki in there.
Kiki's
So I
Kiki's fun.
feel bad moving things ahead and keep pushing her down
Kiki's fun.
down the line there. So I guess it's okay there. But that horse race, nice long horse race.
I mean, here's the thing is
We cannot keep moving it up because of a nice long horse race.
this is probably where this part of the I mean, don't get me wrong. Love in the Clouds is coming. We're going to have a stark disagreement. I'm going to lose. But no, I want Love in the Clouds down there at Dumpster Fire,
What?
knowing that it's not going to be there because you two disagree with that. This is probably where the list is for Dumpster Fire. The rest of those movies aren't going anywhere near that, and you know it. So it's not going to keep moving down, is what I'm saying. Is I'm going to give it a fight
Yep.
with Love in the Clouds. I'm going to lose, and we're going to move on. And after that, the rest of those movies are so evidently, clearly better than those two bottom categories, right?
yeah.
So, so I wouldn't worry about a continual move down
Yep.
over the course of this episode, at least.
Okay.
All right, we good
yeah,
there?
No, yep. I think it's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Love in the Clouds, worst movie of the year. And
Let's hear
before you guys, just at least let me see it
Let's
there
see
before
it
it gets
there.
moved up to some ungodly position. Guys, I understand that it's funny. I understand. Laughing is it's good. It's good medicine. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
good. It's good.
It's good for the soul.
It's good.
Right? He says, "I will hand you some money now."
He does.
He says,
That wasn't his fault.
I will hand you some money now. We are beat to death with Hatch Green Chili stuff, even though they don't understand it. It is a movie about hot air balloons. This movie is a mess. It's my least favorite movie we've watched all year long. It is actively horrible. It should be last. Take it away, guys.
Yeah, my instinct is to put it way up there in the clouds. But I am tempering. Now I'm thinking we didn't get a lot of good, fun hot air balloon stuff.
I'm going to give you some money now.
Yeah, we weren't up in the air balloon that much. The hot air balloon, if I have to specify, I'm speaking of the hot air balloon.
The hot variety.
Yeah, the air balloon of hot.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
It's great. So
That balloon is hot to go.
I feel like standard feels is a really fair compromise here.
Okay. Bram, where would you have this movie?
I would have it right behind Return to Office.
God almighty.
2 days a week. Really?
hybrid.
Well, that's only one category up from standard feels.
I understand. No, but to be fair to Daniel, the heck was that?
Thank you
Daniel.
so much for awkwardly
Danny boy,
saying
to be-
my real name. Thank
Danny
you so
boy.
much.
I would probably put like in between the Royal We and the Perfect Setting.
All right, whatever. That's that Jan.
Oh, that's a good
jewelry
spot.
movie.
You like
Okay.
that, right?
Yeah, that's a good spot
looks
right
good.
there.
Whatever makes you guys happy. I knew I was getting outvoted on this one.
It's a good palate cleanser between watching the Royal We.
Can you imagine having to watch a triple feature of any movie Royal We Down?
You got to any three.
Any
Yeah.
three, you got to go in order on those. That would be miserable.
That'd be a fun time.
I got to be honest. Love in the Clouds, Wish Swap, bottom 5 for me.
Wish Swap.
Both way worse than the Hearts Around the Table movies. And I don't. Wish Swap, you guys, that's tough in the Tough Tones, gang.
Yes.
He doesn't have. That movie is outlandishly bad.
The problem with the fine, we can handle this now. The problem with the wish swap is the lack of
wish swapping magic after the
Magic,
first
Right.
scene.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
which is definitely unfortunate.
Motion to move that below all the Hearts Around the Table movies. Kiki back up.
Motion granted.
Oh,
Kiki
okay,
back up.
Okay,
Granted.
okay, now we're
'Cause
talking.
now I get
Oh,
what
that
I
feels
want.
good.
Now
all
I get
together.
what I get them all together there, which I like.
I love
yeah.
that.
Whew.
Could we
We
flip
did
it
it.
down below Hats Off to Love since we're having fun?
I don't,
Since
you
we're-
probably,
since
yeah,
we're-
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I love
Hats
that
off to
you're fighting for hats off to love now.
Oof.
Man,
I
what
just hate
type
Wish
of
Swap.
what type of
He
hell are
likes.
you living?
He loves a
Dude,
horse race.
That bottom 5, that is my literal hell.
Yeah.
I like that is 7.5 hours that I can't imagine a quintuple feature. I can't. I can't even.
And to be fair, I'm pretty sure the only reason why Wish Swap was in Bad 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 because we had the 3.
it was
max
the 3. Yeah, it
last
was the
time, so-
classic
Yeah,
rule that
yeah.
does matter and it's
It
important.
does.
That's
It's
how
very
you rank
important.
things.
Q2 rule.
Yes. So this would mean that we can deal with it after the fact because one of these is going to have 6.
One
Yes.
of them can have 6.
Okay.
So we are good now,
all right.
but it's about to get wonky.
To Barcelona with Love.
Yes.
This is the Sweeney led one.
That's right.
It's fun movie.
Yes.
So for me, of the 5 we have remaining of the ones I've seen, it's the worst of them.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I do think it's probably
So 3. So of the three
it's third.
movies, okay.
Yes.
I would say
I watched 10 minutes of Villa Mori. I want to be very clear.
I would say it's probably above Polar and behind Valentine.
God, no. No, you have lost your mind.
Really?
What are you going to do with the rest of those movies? All 5 of those movies can't be better than Polar Opposites. I was going to say, I guess it's better than Signs
All
of Delivered.
5 of those movies are better than Polar.
I don't
Opposites.
think for a second To Barcelona with Love is better than the Signed, Sealed, Delivered movie. But I would put it in between Signed, Sealed, Delivered and Mystery Island. But I also know that kicks a movie up or down. And so I would maybe kick Journey to You down, and that's where I would put it personally. That's my personal spot, knowing that every other movie on that list is better.
I think every movie that's left is better than Polar Opposites.
Nah.
It's been a great few weeks.
I do think the other ones are. Well, I've not Pie to Die For. I have no comment on.
I think I agree with you, Brent. I wasn't as high as you guys were on Polar Opposites, and it is higher in the list than I would have it. So these 5 that are left, in my opinion, I would also squeeze them in ahead of, like, Polar Opposites is the floor here, basically.
Okay, so do you want to put that in Big Fun maybe 6 ahead of Polar Opposites? It sounds like that's where you
I
guys
think
want
that's
it.
I think that's where
All
it's
right.
gonna float here.
Barcelona
to
Forever.
Barcelona Forever.
Better movie than Barcelona with Love.
Yeah,
it is.
Not
for
as
sure.
good as Unexpected Valentine.
That's exactly right.
okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Put it right in there.
Science works,
Slide
guys.
it right in there.
Yes.
Slide to
Okay.
the left,
I've seen 10 minutes of Villa Amore.
and that's all you need.
It is not enough to give a full. Clearly, all 3 of you loved it. The only thing I will say is that the chemistry clearly was good from the get go of that movie.
Mhm.
I think those other 3 movies are really good. I think those other 3 movies for what we've had this year are really, really good.
You're talking about in real movie territory?
Sisterhood Inc.,
Yeah.
Reluctant Royal, Unexpected Valentine.
Yeah, I don't. I personally don't. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah,
on
we'll
this,
get
but I'm
there.
only speaking for my school
Of
here.
course, you're an opinion.
The Brandon school.
for
So
ants.
I think that it is right behind Unexpected Valentine. I would put it in real movie territory though.
Same.
Based off of what we had, like,
Yep.
is it that good in other years? Probably not.
Right,
but
relatively
with what we
speaking
have
here,
so
yeah.
far this year,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's where it's at.
Think about how crazy bold a Bob Buck, Lacey Chabert one night, like just in a car around the city movie is. A movie that doesn't always work, but their banter works. And the one, like, those 3 movies are going to be tough to beat. Yeah.
in the tough tones. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I do like that a lot.
Okay.
I think it's in a good spot.
All right, y'all have fun with Hannah Swenson. I put it wherever the other one is because all those
And
movies. Suck.
you know what I'm going to do for you, Dan?
Okay.
This is you guys can overrule this, but I think that it's only fair that since Dan hasn't seen Villa Amore, that if he watches it before Q3, he can
yes.
come in and we can
Punch our lights out.
We can have
We
another
can
conversation about
litigate
it.
Sure.
that ranking.
We will. That's the movie.
I got it. Deal.
Because you're not going to watch Pie to Die For, and it's not going to be in real movie territory. But I think because it's currently in real movie territory, I want to give you the chance to see it, and then we can rediscuss at a later date.
So there's an
that's
asterisk.
fair.
Can we put that on the record?
There's an asterisk next to it then.
Yeah.
Got it.
But you, Brain, you said the case sucked for Pie to Die For.
Yeah, the mystery.
case-
Aside
we
from
all
Vic-
agree.
Vic fighting and then having some more time with Sweeney, the movie's bad.
No.
The fight was
case
incredible.
Is bad.
Okay, but I
think
said
you're
that.
overestimating how much the case is in this movie.
It's got to.
It is a lot of these two hanging out in a fight scene.
That's right.
Okay. So where do you guys have it?
I have it. Big Fun maybe 6, I think, is where I'm going with it. Bottom of the category.
Bottom of the category.
Big Fun maybe 6. But I don't for the Science of Delivered, I didn't see that.
This is what I'll say. I'm currently duking it out in my mind with the Signed, Sealed, Delivered movie. So I'm going to ask for Erin to share her input because she's seen both of those movies.
I was just trying to contemplate that myself because
And you reviewed them both.
I reviewed them both. I would maybe put Pie to Die For just ahead of Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Too.
Mainly because in this moment, I cannot tell you what To the Moon and Back was about.
It's the musician.
Yeah.
Remember
also,
the
it
famous
was-
singer gets to let she leaves.
She leaves.
She's on the run
He becomes
because of
really
her
famous.
her mom.
Yep,
her
yep.
mom and dad, like her dad was a criminal.
Okay,
They've been on the run,
Now
on
I've
the
got it.
lam.
I'm still putting Pie to Die For ahead of it. I just had more fun with that one.
Criminal.
All right,
I
put it
think-
up there
I
next to
think
Return to
Allison
Office.
Sweeney and Victor Webster.
2 days.
It's the best they've been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't hate that.
Mhm.
I don't hate that.
Return to Office.
But then, and
Also,
So this
makes
is
the-
where it gets a little wonky.
it gets a little.
I mean,
wonky.
for me, it doesn't. I don't think Machu Picchu Proposal
The
belongs.
Double Deckers are with us on this ranking
Okay,
so far.
great.
So
so far they
Oh,
like.
thank you.
And they've not seen Machu Picchu, and we can't really dive into any specifics because
True that.
at time of recording, that movie is not aired yet. I think it's better than the Barcelona movies. So for me, you can't put it there. You have to put it in real movie territory from a math standpoint. That's the problem there. Unless, nope, you got to. There's nothing else you can do. So I just think it's better than both Barcelona.
I don't
movies.
mind that. I don't mind that because that follows suit with what I said on the show anyway.
Yeah.
About I liking those two movies
that's
more
right.
than Barcelona's anyway. So
What do you
I'm-
think about that?
I do think it should be ahead of the Barcelona movies.
Okay, great.
the problem is it's not. It shouldn't be in real movie territory.
It shouldn't, but we don't have a place to put
we
it.
are where
we
we're
can
at.
just
We're
cross
bound
our
by the rules.
fingers.
Where we're at currently.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We just cross our fingers that Q3 will give us some really good movies.
I think Q3 is going to be really good, except
Q3
starting
ranking,
off real strong
yeah.
in July with a bunch of new movies.
That's
And then
August
August,
and September.
we
We're gonna
get
have
out-
like 7 movies.
I don't
to
really
rank.
know much about this, and you could maybe Google it, Aaron.
I won't.
August is a trilogy called Providence Falls.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I have heard of that.
We have so many series that we're trying to
I
keep
know.
together.
Providence Falls. So I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, Aaron, give us the rundown of and just we're gonna look up Providence Falls. Hallmark.
It
It's
is a book
based off of
series,
a thing.
Right.
Oh, it's in the 1800s. Oh,
Oh,
no. Hallmark
no.
Mini, well, let's say this is a mini preview show. Original 3-part
What are we
special
doing?
event
Oh, Evan
adaptation
Rodgers.
of
We can't
Providence
do a
Falls.
preview of the preview episode.
What?
I don't know.
Well, we
Shut it down.
We didn't. Oh, it's an Ireland.
No.
We didn't get
Hit
a
X
preview.
right now.
We didn't get a preview show
Absolutely not.
Well, we'll do a preview show
For August.
for that. Yeah, but this is for Q3.
No.
Q3.
So-
Memorandum. Memoriam
We can-
of the
Memorandum.
Q3 preview.
We can definitely.
Backstage passes.
All right, anyway, Aaron, give us the rundown. What do we have for this?
All right.
Q2 ranking episode.
Here we go.
In dumpster fire, we have My Argentine Heart, Love of the Irish, Royal-ish, The Wish Swap, and Hats Off to Love.
That is a bottom 5 for the ages.
Bad Bubba Bad Bad, Kiki's Fourth Ingredient, Sherry's Second Act,
Sherry's Berries.
Jenna's First Love, and Josh's Third Serving.
Really just do what you want
All
with those
four of those,
you know?
the hearts around the table. And then Reality Bites, a Hannah Swenson mystery.
I really like how that came out. I think that's really
That
good.
category?
We did it. We worked
Yeah.
together to put Wish Swap where it belonged. After you fools last time.
In Standard Feels, we have Journey to You,
Yeah.
The Perfect Setting, Love in the Clouds, Royal We, Mystery Island, Winner Takes All, and Signed, Sealed, Delivered, To the Moon and Back.
This is good. This is a good
This is one of our better lists.
This is really good.
Yeah.
Big Fun Maybe 6, Pie to Die For, a Hannah Swenson mystery, Return to Office,
2 days a week.
There it
Think
is.
some Polar Opposites, To Barcelona with Love, and To Barcelona Forever. And then in our real movie territory, A Machu Picchu Proposal, Villa Amore, An Unexpected Valentine, The Reluctant Royal, and so far, the best movie of the year, Sisterhood Inc.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
I got to be honest. I have very little in the way of complaints, which is unusual at this point in the rankings.
I'm really proud of what we've done. We put our
Yeah.
heads together. We didn't argue too much, which I
No.
think is really nice.
All
And
above
so,
board.
but Q3's coming.
Q3's
Q3's
coming.
coming.
So
Sunday's
we'll see,
coming.
We'll,
you know?
we'll see how that. We've got
Providence
perhaps
Falls.
and then
1800s.
also in Q3, which I have to feel like it just existing is gonna put it in real movie territory. But the Halloween Haul Out the Hall.
Oh, we haven't even.
We haven't talked about it. I don't know a lot about it.
Save it for the preview episode, gang.
It's but
I know.
so even that like that's
Just saying it is.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be back next time with another one. Come on back tomorrow for the final big show.
Final big show.
For best of episode.
You got it.
It's the final best of episode for year 7, and it's a mega episode because it's everything so far in 2025. So come on back for that, and you know what? Take Friday off. Enjoy your
Take the day.
freedom, and then we'll be back next week for Christmas in July. First mission, we do Mission Mondays, but then
But
we're getting
mistletoe,
festive.
mistletoe mission Monday. Then
that's right. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.